Welcome back to Calhoun County's Most Wanted. For those of you who are watching for the first time, this is a show where we show you some pictures and ask for help for some unsolved crimes. And we also have a guest to tell you about local matters, and we appreciate you tuning in. For our regulars, we thank you for watching each week, and we're glad and hope you see somebody today that you have sent us some information on, and we can put those people behind jail and get to where we need to go. So this week, our count is up by 6. Brings our count to 4,666 put in jail, all because somebody's willing to help us out, and we're very thankful for that. Just this past week, we had a crime where a church sent us a video where they had a person walking around and breaking into that, their place of worship. Well, we put that on Facebook, and within just a few minutes, we had that person identified, and thank God he was arrested on November the 7th for burglary third, and we couldn't do that without people watching this show and getting on our Facebook page and being a part of keeping their community safe. So we're very thankful for that, and thank you for watching. And it does truly take a team effort to make that happen. So coming up shortly, we're going to have Tracy Stevens here. He is a veteran, and he's going to talk about some things coming up since November the 11th, which taping of this show is on the 10th. So tomorrow is Veterans Day, and remember to, it's just a day off for some people, but freedom isn't free, and we need to make sure we take tomorrow, November the 11th, Veterans Day, to reflect on what so many people have given, so we can have a free country to choose our own leaders and to be able to choose our way of life. So my grandfather was in World War II. My father was a veteran, and I also served in the U.S. Army when I was a young man as well. So on this week, whether you're watching on the 10th or the 11th or anytime this week, if you see a veteran somewhere, make sure you tell them thank you.
I love getting gift cards. Gift cards are a popular and convenient way to give someone a gift, but they have also become an easy way for scammers to steal your money. If an unknown person calls you for any reason and suggests that you make a payment by using a gift card, don't. That's not a gift, nor a payment. That's a scam. No respectable business would request payment in that manner. Neither would a business tell you the exact location of where to go and buy that gift card.
Welcome back to Calhoun County's Most Wanted. This week the lineup starts with Jacob Brown of Gaston, Alabama. He's wanted for failure to appear for possession of controlled substance. Jessica Williams from Sims, Alabama. She's wanted on a probation violation for theft of property first degree, possession of a controlled substance, and attempting to elude. Marcus Wallace of Talladega, Alabama. He's wanted for a failure to appear on a probation revocation. Emily Hope of Heflin, Alabama, wanted on a bond revocation for leaving the scene of an accident. Jeffrey Bonds of East Daboga, Alabama, he's wanted for failure to appear, possession of controlled substance, and domestic violence strangulation. Last is Timothy Davila from Heflin, Alabama. He's also wanted for a failure to appear for domestic violence third-degree harassment. If you have any information about these cases, please call the Sheriff's Office at 256-236-6600. Welcome back to Calhoun County's Most Wanted. I hope you saw somebody in the lineup that you recognize, and you know where they're at. If you give us a call, we'll give them a haul. So just want to make sure that we introduce Tracy Stevens.
How you doing?
You doing okay today, Tracy?
Yes, sir, doing great.
Fellow veteran, and you're doing some really wonderful things. In Calhoun County, we're blessed with a good judicial system where we have some specialty courts. You know, we have a mental health court where people that commit crimes that are mentally ill, they try to get those people treatment instead of just throwing the book at them, so to say. We have a drug court where people that have a substance abuse, they try to fix those people instead of throwing the book at them and try to give them a second chance, try to get them, the goal is to get them to be productive citizens versus trying to send them to prison. And for the past several years, we've had a veterans court. You know, I served in the U.S. Army from 1991 to 1996. You know, people think, well, veterans have it all together.
Right.
Well, they're human beings just like law enforcement or anybody else, and they've seen a lot and been through a lot. So sometimes they come up with some issues, and the goal is to try to honor those veterans that have made a mistake or are in crisis or in need. Instead of just throwing the book at them and throwing them away, try to honor their service and find a way to get them back on the right path. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do with Veterans Corps?
Okay, yeah, I am a volunteer veteran mentor. I've been part of the system since 2019. Matter of fact, I started in September. Attended the first court session just as an observer, just to see, what I thought about it. And I can tell you, within 10 minutes after court started, I knew immediately, yes, I need to be here. I need to help my fellow brothers and sisters who have had some issues. Again, I served in the Air Force from 1982 to 1988 as a security police. Also served as civilian law enforcement from 89 to 95 with the Dothan Airport Police Department down in Dothan, Alabama. So I have a little bit of background on military and law enforcement. But I have seen so many wonderful things happen with the Veterans Court. As a mentor, I'm there. I'm not there as like a counselor or a taxi driver or whatever, but I'm there as their battle buddy. I'm there at court. We meet twice a month, the first and third Tuesdays of each month. And again, I've seen some wonderful things. It's always nice to see veterans complete the program.
Well, when I think of mentor, I've had some mentors in my life that really changed my life. Former Sheriff Emerson is a very strong influence in my life and a mentor in my life. I talk to him several times a week. So having mentors, I tell people that work for me, the biblical method is everybody should be a mentor. Everybody should be a Paul in somebody's life. Everybody should be a little part of their life should have a Timothy in there where they have a mentor. Then everybody should have part of a Barnabas, a great encourager in their life. So those are things that are definitely needed, and changing people's lives for the better is never wrong. So
Right.
how many people do you mentor? You do just one at a time, or do you have more than one?
Actually, I probably have about 5 or 6 that are assigned to me. When I first started, there were 30 to 40 participants in the program at different stages. As, of course, we have some graduate, we'll have more added to it. I think right now we're down to about 20 participants.
So if a veteran gets in trouble and they qualify for Veterans Court, what is kind of the program for them?
They enter the program. Again, they have to meet certain requirements. They have to agree to go through the program. They have, some of them may be there for opioid addictions. There may be various charges or whatever, but they are required to go to court twice a month. As they progress through the program, that will go down to once a month. I don't know all the details on how that actually happens or whatever, but they are held to some really strict guidelines. But again, as a mentor, we're there to help them and guide them through the program. Judge Howell is an excellent man, and
He was also a colonel in,
yes,
in the U.S. Army.
Correct. So. And I love to see the compassion that he has for everybody that goes through the program. And the court staff includes court coordinator, representatives from the VA, and then other veteran mentors. It is a very great program, and I've had a chance to work with a lot of different nonprofits that I've had have been able to introduce into the court also. And that's part of what is going on with the, as you said earlier, about some of the recognition and stuff. And it's just amazing to me that I have an opportunity, and I truly feel blessed to have this. And I have felt a guidance guiding me, pushing me to do this.
Calling, so to speak.
So I know, again, that I'm in the right place and I'm doing the right thing. And if I can just help one person improve their life, or encourage one person to help another person, then it's a good thing.
Well, we're put on this earth to have contact with other human beings, and doing good in somebody's life is never wrong. And I tell everybody that works for me every day is, if you can make a difference in somebody's life, serve somebody else, it will give you more joy than anything you could ever buy. We got to take a break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay with us, and we'll talk about the Wounded Warrior Project of Alabama when we come back. Second half of the lineup starts with Amanda Julian of Anniston. She's wanted for failure to appear for burglary third. Isaiah Martin of Montford, also failure to appear for attempting to elude. Jonathan Crow of Alberta, probation violation, possession of controlled substance. Katie Ingram of Lincoln, wanted for failure to appear for possession of a controlled substance. Jacob Watts of Vance, probation violation for receiving stolen property first. James Brown of Talladega, receiving stolen property first degree, failure to pay. Carrie Mitchell of Rainbow City, probation revocation for theft of property first degree. If you have any information about these cases, please call us at the Sheriff's Office at 256-236-6600. We need your information, just not your name. Hopefully you saw somebody in the second half of the lineup. As you can tell, we have a lot of people that are failing to appear and have problems abiding by their probation. So these people have had a chance and still can't get it together, so we need to get them off the streets so we can get them hopefully straight and going on the right path. But we're back with Tracy Stevens, and we've been talking a little bit about Veterans Affairs, Veterans Court, and you were a veteran and talked about some of these nonprofits that you got brought in. Can you tell us about some of those?
I would love to. One of them is Sampson Strength Sustainable Veterans Project. I know that's a long name, but they have a wonderful mission. They're actually located down in Clay County, Alabama.
We've had them on the show.
Yes, you have. And they are in the process of building small footprint transitional homes for veterans, homeless veterans. You know, the people who are coming out, they have the issues and stuff that
Well,
having a hard time reintegrating back into civilian world.
You know, and it's anybody that served knows, you know, and like you served in law enforcement and as a veteran, you know, these people that are homeless, a lot of times they need somebody to help them. They don't need free stuff.
Right.
They just need a hand up, not a handout. And Sampson Strength Sustainable Homes is a great project where they are building basically tiny houses and letting people stay there and getting them contacted in with all the resources they need to get these veterans that served our country back in a livable place and on the right path.
Yeah, I've been involved with them for about 4 years. I work at Home Depot, and that company does a lot of the good things for veterans also. And in August of 2019, we had what they call a Team Depot project down there, where we actually helped build some of the homes. And then we were there again on March 2020, just probably days before COVID shut everything down. So I was glad to have that opportunity to get that. One of the other things that I am involved in is Wounded Warrior Alabama.
For people that's watching that don't necessarily, they've seen commercials about Wounded Warrior. Wounded Warrior, tell us a little bit about what the mission of that organization is.
Okay, now this is Wounded Warrior Alabama. It's not part of the National Wounded Warrior Project. It is two different agencies. Wounded Warrior Alabama is based here in Alabama, and they help veterans all over Alabama. It may be something as simple as helping pay their electric bill, or fixing a car that has broken down, buying groceries. Again, I'm sure that Bill Williams has probably been on here or one of the other shows. And again, it's another great program. So both of those nonprofits I have actually introduced to the court, and they are now partners with the Veterans Treatment Court. And I actually have another nonprofit I'll talk about in just a little bit. That has got some really great things. Again, I've been blessed to be able to have the opportunity to explore these different nonprofits that are helping veterans all over Alabama. And being a veteran, I think back to my military days, where the Army would make fun of the Marines, and Marines would make fun of the Navy, and so forth and so on. But in the end, when there was a mission to complete, they all worked together and got that mission done.
Absolutely.
My personal goal is to start having these nonprofits work together, because if one in one part of Alabama can't help, maybe they know of another one somewhere else. So they can all start interworking and just really being able to help those who have served our country.
Well, all the work you've done, we also want to congratulate you for being named Wounded Warrior of Alabama Patriot of the Year.
Thank you.
And after talking to you, I can see why they gave you such a award and title. So just bringing those nonprofits to the Veterans Court here in Calhoun County is helping 20 to 40 people at a time. So congratulations on that award.
Thank you, sir.
And I know there's sometimes you're recognized, and sometimes it means a little more than others. I can tell by talking to you, I'm sure that means a lot to you.
It does, and I don't do this for fame, fortune, glory, recognition, but I do appreciate the opportunity to be recognized. And again, like I said earlier, if I can help one person or just inspire somebody to help another person, then I've done something. I've done something that really needs to be done. And if I could, I'll talk about the other nonprofit.
All right, sure.
And this is the Valkyrie Initiative. They're located in Pelham, Alabama, and they actually help first responders and veterans both integrate back into the civilian world. I had talked to you a couple of days ago about a process a treatment that I had at this place called cold laser treatment. This is a drug-free type of treatment. It's not invasive. They're not cutting anything on you like that. But in 2008, I had my left shoulder operated on. 2013, I had my right shoulder operated on. 2016, I actually started having a condition with my right hand, and I was in pain and just uncomfortable all the time. But after one treatment of this cold laser, I was able to move my right arm, hold it up above my head, which I had not been able to do in 7 years.
Wow.
And that was with the one treatment. So that it's again another great organization.
The Valkyrie Project.
Right.
Well, good. Well,
Right.
and they can look that up on the internet, right?
Yes, the Valkyrie Initiative.
Valkyrie Initiative.
Yes.
Well, we're running out of time, but I want to thank you for being on our show, and once again, congratulations for being Patriot of the Year for Wounded Warrior of Alabama.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with the property crime section of our show. Welcome back to Calhoun County's Most Wanted. This is a Crime Stopper section where we need your help in solving some crimes. Between October the 1st and November the 1st, an unknown person took a Samsung digital surveillance system from inside a home located on Highway 78 East in Anniston. Also taken from a storage shed was a large quantity of power tools. On November the 2nd, between 7:30 a.m. and 3:45 p.m., a home located on Gaines Circle in Anniston was burglarized. Unknown subjects took a 55-inch Roku TV and a 44-inch Insignia TV, along with a window air conditioning unit. Between October the 30th and November the 3rd, a refrigerator, stove, dishwasher, and a 24-foot extension ladder were all stolen from a business located on Highway 431 in Alexandria. On October the 9th, a local manufacturing business was contacted by a person who placed a large commercial order and made payment by a credit card. The company was then instructed to wire over $5,000 to a bank to pay for the shipping of the items to Hawaii. Before the items were shipped out, the owner of the credit card disputed the charges, and it was determined that the card information had been stolen. So the business lost $5,000 from this internet scam. On November the 7th, reports were filed for burglaries at a storage facility located on Highway 431 North. Approximately 19 units were tampered with. Fishing rods were stolen and possible other unknown items. If you have any information about these cases, please call us at the Sheriff's Office at 256-236-6600. We need your information, just not your name.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
All right, welcome to the Crazy Criminal section of the show, and this one's a little bit different, with the pandemic going on and the stress of the election and people watching the news. I just think I see on social media people are really stressed out. So there's a guy named Dexter Brown who I guess was feeling the stress and went to a guidance counselor, actually a marriage guidance counselor, and he claims the counselor told him to get naked, go in the forest, get naked, and scream at trees, and that would relieve his stress. Well, that was going pretty well for him until some visitors in the forest was alarmed that some guy was running around naked and called the police, who arrested him for being a public nuisance and whatever else would go along with that. But I don't know if the guidance counselor actually told him that or not, but running around naked, it might relieve some stress, but it'll cause you problems if you do it in public. We really appreciate you watching the show. We hope we see you next week, but hopefully not in the lineup.